You and I both have toddlers.
Yes.
Any parent out there knows that toddlers are pretty much the most difficult to talk to and communicate with because most of the time they can't communicate back, and we want to know how we can get through to them.
They understand you.
They do.
I know they understand you. Well, how do you deal with that? Dr. G is here. That's what she goes by, Dr. Deborah Gilboa. She's a parenting expert along with an author of Get the Behavior You Want Without Being the Parent You Hate. Love that title.
I know.
Dr. G, thank you so much for coming on and saving us right now.
Oh, that's a small task. I'm happy to do that.
Small, just small. How do we communicate with a toddler, 2 years old, when you know he or she understands, they know right from wrong, but
Mike,
I mean,
you've been communicating with your kids since they were born.
right.
They cried, you picked them up.
Right.
Right? You soothed them, you shushed them, you talked to them, and they've been learning from you all the time. Kids learn just like anyone by doing. So when a kid does something that we don't like, it's good news, because that's how they're going to learn that it's not okay. If we just talk to them about it, whether they're 6 months old or 16 years old, it doesn't get in. But if they have an experience that cements that lesson, they'll get it. So kids are all about, from about the age of maybe 2 days old, if then. If I cry, what happens? If I smile, what happens? If I throw my bottle on the ground, what happens? If I throw it again and again and again, what happens? And
We keep picking it up and giving it back to them.
Which is why they keep doing it. It's a really fun experience for them. And they love repetition. Remember, you probably have kids who love to have the same book read or watch the same video over and over again, listen to the same song over and over again, eat the same food over and over again. Kids learn through repetition. They find it very comforting. Even what we think of as negative attention, they find very comforting. I thought that would happen. I hit my mom, and she paid lots of attention to me, and it was very dramatic. And so that makes kids say, "Ooh, okay, I want to see if I can make that happen again."
Oh, I have a bunch of friends that have like 3-year-olds. Everybody's in that phase. And I've had friends say that they're out at a store, the 3-year-old has a meltdown, and they've left in tears because they're so humiliated. How do you react to a toddler who's going through the tantrum phase to effectively discipline them?
So the behavior we want least, we have to give the most boring response to. What our kids like best is dramatics, big facial expressions, the same things we do for our babies. Ah, whoa, yay! We have to give them less of that, but it doesn't mean that we don't pay attention to them. It means we give them boring and unpleasant, not dramatic and unpleasant, boring and unpleasant. Oh, no. We just either give them like a totally blank face, no, or you might even turn your face away. You know, like let's say my toddler reached out, hit me in the face. I take his hand, no, and I turn my face away. Because what he wants is my FaceTime.
Okay.
He wants that to see what's going on there. What's the screen look like right now?
Yeah.
My wife said this. She goes, don't get a reaction. That's all he or she wants. We only have a minute. But say, you know, Anthony, Scarlett, get over here. And they know. They know because they're going, hey, like this to you. If they're not listening to you and they run the other direction, how do you discipline them and teach them?
Luckily, we're tons bigger than them. So you go and you get them. And then you get them eye to eye. And you say, you have to listen. So sit here for a minute, right? And so they just sit on the bench or they sit on the step for 10 seconds. It just has to be boring and consistent. That's the hardest part of our jobs.
You just want to move in with?
Yeah. Can we put you on speed dial?
I've had 4 toddlers. I think
we
I'm
don't
good.
Together.
Oh, ask Dr. No, ask.
Let's clarify here.
Ask Dr. Excuse me. Phone back in here. AskDrG.com or go and follow her on Twitter at AskDocG. Where can you get the book?
On Amazon or on my website?
No, I'm taking it now because we both need it. Ha ha, bigger than you.
I'm not going to react to that.
No.
Right, that's what I'm saying,
well,
blank
then you can have the
face.
book.